Hello friends, this is Bijay sir, chemistry teacher. And I have made the first video for the students of class 9th CBSE. In chemistry, the first chapter of your class is matter in our surroundings. Before starting study of matter in our surrounding, I would like to define the term chemistry. You know, chemistry is a branch of science. It deals with the study of matter. It deals with the study of changes that take place in matter. It deals with the study of the laws which govern the changes that take place in matter. In these 4 points we have described, chemistry deals with the study of matter. It deals with the study of changes, deals with the study of matter, deals with the study of changes, and it deals with the study of laws. There are 3 points with the help of which we can conclude the concept of chemistry, the definition of chemistry: matter, changes, and laws. If you will add all these sentences, you can write a complete definition of chemistry as a branch of science which deals with the study of matter, the changes that take place in matter and the laws these changes. Is called chemistry. This definition shows that chemistry is the study of matter. So, let us start to understand what is matter. The matter, the term matter we can define like this: anything that occupies space, and has mass. Is called matter. When we look into our surrounding, including our body, our matter. If we bring a book from one place to another place, we feel during carrying the book that a book has some weight, and a book occupies space. So, our book is a matter. Likewise, our chairs, our tables, our board, our pen, our body, these all are the examples of matter. In the ancient time, matter was considered continuous, like the block of wood is considered continuous block, one object. The Greek philosopher in the old time, the Greek philosopher said matter is made up of 4 basic elements, and the 4 basic elements was fire, water, earth, and air. Later on, Indian philosophers added one another element as the basic element of the matter. According to Greek philosopher, and according to Indian philosopher, the basic element of matter was fire, water, earth, air, and sky. But modern concept, as per the modern concept of the matter, matters are classified into two types. On the basis of matters are classified into two parts on the basis of physical properties and chemical properties. On the basis of physical properties and chemical properties. Here we shall discuss about the physical nature of matter. So, let us start the discussion of matter on the basis of their physical nature. Physical nature of matter. The first point which we have to discuss in under this heading is matter is made of particles. Matter is made up of particles, very, very small particles combines together to constitute a matter. The particles of matter cannot be seen even under high power microscope, but there are many evidences on the basis of which we can describe, we can understand that matter is not continuous. Matter is particulate. It is made up of particles. For that, I would like to make you understand the particulate nature of matter by describing an activity. To understand the particulate nature of matter, suppose we take a glass of water. A glass which is completely filled with water. Now you take few grams of sugar or common salt, and used to dissolve sugar or salt into the water and dissolve it with the help of a glass rod. On dissolving the sugar or salt into the water, what you will observe? Your students can perform, can do this activity even at your home. Simply you take a glass, fill it with water and dissolve some sugar or salt gently, slowly with the help of a stirrer. You will observe the level of water remains the same in the glass. Means water does not overflow from the surface of the glass. It means the crystal of sugar or salt breaks into pieces and occupies the space present between the particles of water. This activity gives us an evidence that matter is made up of particles. Right? Now, one activity we can also perform to know that a matter is made up of very, very teeny particles. To describe how small the particles of matter are, we should perform another activity. For that, you take 100 milliliter of water in a beaker. If you are performing this activity in your laboratory, if you are performing this activity at your home, as all of you are, forced to keep yourself at your home due to this pandemic. If you would like to perform this activity at your home, you can do. You can perform. Take a glass, transparent glass, and fill it half with water and mark the level of water in your glass. And add the sugar or salt into the water. You will find the level of water remains the same. It means the other substance, which is salt or sugar, when added, occupies the space present between the particles of water. It means the size of particles of matter are very small. And another activity we can also perform. Instead of adding the sugar or salt in the water, you take a glass half filled with water and if you have measured the volume of water, so you will observe your result more clearly. Suppose you have taken 100 milliliter of water in a glass. Add few drops of Dettol into the water. Usually Dettol is available in all of our homes for our daily uses, for our domestic purposes. So on adding the Dettol into the water, you dissolve it properly, you will find the whole of the water has a smell, characteristic smell of Dettol. Now, you take out 10 milliliter of that solution of Dettol in another empty glass, and again you add 90 milliliter of water into the second glass. You will have 100 milliliter solution of Dettol, and in the second glass you will find the smell of Dettol. If you will repeat this activity 3 to 4 times, even in the last glass of water, you will have the smell of Dettol. What does it mean? It means during diluting the Dettol by adding water or by adding Dettol into the water, the particles of Dettol is continuously breaking into smaller and smaller particles, which shows that matter is made up of very, very teeny particles. If you have no Dettol in your home, you have any colored piece, watercolor is there in your color box. All of the students have the color box in which they keep their watercolor. Take a piece of color and take a glass containing 100 milliliter of water. You add that color piece into the water and stir it properly with the help of glass rod. You will find the whole of the water becomes uniformly colored with that particular color you have poured into the water. Like the previously discovered activity, you take 10 milliliter of colored water and add this 10 milliliter of colored water into the 90 milliliter of fresh water in another glass. You will find that second glass of water is also colored completely. And if you will take out the 10 milliliter of colored water from the second glass and you will add this colored water into the third glass containing 90 milliliter of water, the third glass of water is also colored, but the density of color is continuously decreased, which it shows the particles of matter is breaking into smaller and smaller particles. Means matter is breaking into pieces, into teeny particles. So these activities we can perform, these activity we can show as the evidence of particulate nature of matter. Means all matter in our surrounding is made up of particles. Our body is made up of particles. So we are now able to understand the nature of particles, the nature of matter, which is a particulate nature, not a continuous nature. Now, after discussing the nature of particle, we shall now discuss the characteristics of particles of matter.